Good afternoon, and on behalf of Superintendent Dr. Talia Locke, Principal Justin Sutton, and his staff, students, and teachers, welcome to Long Beach High School guests. This is a joyous occasion, and it's a new and unique challenge in that it's a lot of student athletes who are here to be celebrated for moving on to the next level. So those of you who've been through one of these before with us, we're going to do it a little bit different just for the sake of being able to orderly recognize each athlete, and then at the end of it'll be a little bit chaotic, but we'll take all the pictures we want and get all the teams involved. But we want to at least be able to make it through our first recognition phase with our coaches. Those of you who have players up here, make sure you're up here near the microphone. You will speak for one moment. And then we'll come back, like I said, at the end and take lots of pictures. And teammates can come and pile in with them, and we can move things around if need be. But we are proud to announce that we have 6 student athletes that are signing national letters of intent to move on and play at the next level in their respective sports. It cannot be understated how difficult this is. Lots of folks like the idea of being an athlete in college, but very few have the intestinal fortitude to see that through. It's a different lifestyle. Some of these folks are gonna learn new aspects to the sport that they never thought would be involved. I know I had a baseball player years ago who ended up in college saying, I never thought I'd be in a yoga class. Baseball player in a yoga class, but it becomes so much more involved that it's just another level of dedication. So we're proud to see that they're getting the opportunity to move on and be able to put those talents that they've displayed with us to use. Our first group of athletes we're going to go over are golfers. We have a pair of golfers who are taking their talents to the metropolis of Poplarville, Mississippi. Coach Hicks and Coach Hemel, I'm sure y'all are drawing straws to see who's going to talk about these two.
So short and sweet, we had Savannah for one fabulous year. She started out by needing a map at every course, like all of us. We asked Savannah to please, after she played her round, to go back to hole 1. We couldn't find Savannah. Coach, do you know where Savannah is? We couldn't find her. Savannah had ended up somehow on hole 10, which we didn't know she was going to the back 9 because we were playing the front 9. So some of y'all get it. You know how much they have to learn playing some of these sports, and golf is one that's not easy. She was with us all summer. She trained, she worked hard, and we're very proud of Savannah. Congrats. Lucas started out hitting home runs. This is Trout. We called him Trout for 2 years. All he did was hit the ball as far as he could every time. We said, do you want to be a good golfer, or do you want to be just hitting home runs all the time? So he started his first tournament, those triple-digit tournament scores, over 100, I think, for one of those tournaments, and his dad looked at me and said, do you really want Lucas to play golf? I said, yes, please. After all of that, he ended up 70s this year. He knocked it out the park. In 3 years, he is the best captain I've ever met of a team I've coached. He showed up for workouts early, for practice early, and he's one that I can truly say he kept me at the Oaks till dark every practice. Tireless worker. He kept the team that he recruited. He recruited 4 of his buddies, and they all learned to golf and went to state the last 2 years. So I'll never forget you, Lucas. I love you. You're the hardest worker I've ever seen on a golf course. Congrats.
Thank you, Coach. And our golfers, if you would, let's go ahead with our ceremonial signing. Congratulations.
Jaden was in the 4th grade. Coach Williams, Forrest Williams, was the assistant principal, I think, and he called me and he said, I have to tell you something. Okay, now mind you, I coach high school cheer. This is a 4th grader, okay? He called and he said, you need to pick this kid up. I will bus him to your cheer practices. And I said, for what? Like, what do you mean? And he said, the kid can tumble. He's a natural cheerleader. You need him. And I said, okay, I have so much respect for you, Forrest, but he's 10. And what am I supposed to do with the 10-year-old boy? So in the meantime, because of course I didn't let him come when he was 10, he continued to hone his talents because he wanted to get better. And so he came and he tried out. And of course, we picked him up. He's been great. Another thing about him, he's such a teammate. So he couldn't compete freshman year. He couldn't compete his sophomore year. Couldn't compete his junior year because we didn't have a division that would allow for that. However, this year, we switched divisions because he's worked it, and he worked, and he still supported those people, his teammates, even though he could not be there. And you know, Jaden, you deserve this. You've worked hard for this. Obviously, we go to nationals, we make history. We got our male cheerleader signing, also making history. Thanks for your hard work, and we're gonna miss you terribly.
Congratulations, Jaden. Sign on the dotted line. And we have a football student athlete moving on. This guy, I don't think you ever met a stranger. Talk about a guy who would sell his body out. I know that he talked about going all in, going into his junior year, and we saw a prime example of a player laying it all on the line. I mean, he was at the Pascal Shan game. He went until he couldn't move anymore. We couldn't get him into the ambulance at the end of the game because he was so dehydrated and had just busted his tail to put his team in a position to win that ball game. And you know, he fought injury after that. I know I'm taking some of Coach O's, but I got to say this because it was very inspiring to watch a guy who would overcome stuff like that and come back. And a lot of times players come back from injuries like that and they're tentative, and no, he'd come back and he'd run over you and run through the brick wall behind you. And so that was inspiring for a lot of his teammates. And I'm gonna turn it over to Coach O to talk about it.
I've only gotten to know Taj or Coach Taj for 1 year, unfortunately. I wish I'd have been here for his entire career. But he is a perfect example of what it means to be a good teammate and a good person. He always showed up to work every day with a positive attitude. Hey, let's get after it, Coach. He made me want to be better. He made his teammates better. Not only did he make his teammates better on the field, I felt like he made everybody around him a better person. And I don't think anybody is more deserving than you are today. And I'm proud of you. We love you. And we looking forward to big things from you, big dog.
Congratulations, Taj.
Okay. It's my honor to speak on behalf of Addie Galloway and Addie Herodes. As usual, both of these are like mine. I've only had Addie for a couple years, but I've had this one since she's been about, I don't know, about that tall, maybe. So I treat them both like mine, right? I just have a few words I want to say. We're here today to recognize two amazing young ladies. They have both had to fill some pretty big shoes over the last couple of years. They've played an instrumental part of our program. I'm honored to have had the opportunity to coach both of them. While I will miss them immensely, I am excited to see what the future has in store for both. I cannot wait to watch them grow, not only on the softball field, but as young ladies. They both have a sense of direction that gives both of them the power to stick to their goals and achieve their dreams. I challenge both of you to focus on continuous improvement, embrace challenges and changes, maintain a positive attitude, and prioritize teamwork and communication. So at this time, I'd like to give you Addis Galloway. She has committed to Hines. She'll join the Eagles family in the fall. And Addison Herodes, who has committed to Reed. She'll join the Lions family in the fall. Thank you.
Congratulations, girls, and you can proceed with your ceremonial signing.